Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Crayon Muncher TV. My name is Travis. So in today's video, it's probably going to be a shorter one, but I wanted to give you all an update on what's going on with the truck. So I know I haven't done a long form in a while. So I think the last thing we did was the wiring, where it kind of recapped the routing and everything off that. So to kind of follow up with that, everything is wired now, well, aside from the engine. Everything is wired now, and for the most part, very happy with it. I have only noticed two issues so far with the wiring, which I'm not going to worry about chasing right now. I will do this at some other point. Is turn signal issues. Seems to be one side wants to work, the other side doesn't, and the side that does want to work also wants to work when the other side is supposed to. It's weird. So, and then brake lights, one wants to illuminate when the tail lights are on, the other one doesn't. It's a little goofy, so you know what? I'll deal with that later. Don't really care that much right now. Aside from that, everything else wiring-wise, I've been very happy with. I can at least air up my suspension up and down now, so that's nice. So, like, working on it, I can get under it. But yeah, as far as the wiring, that's the final little recap of what I've dealt with. Is we do have a little bit of troubleshooting to do. It could be the truck itself, not the wiring, but we'll see. It, I guess, could be the signal switch. It could be the brake switch. Who knows? We'll see. So as far as that, the bigger update is we don't have an engine in here. The engine is gone. The transmission is gone. We've already sold it, and it's went down the road. So with that being out of the way, with no longer having an engine to worry about, we can actually get in there and remove old fuel lines, check, like, one of the things I've done is went and greased up my different grease points on my suspension. So that way, you know, while there's not stuff in the way, it's really easy to get to. On top of that, we are replacing our steering gearbox because our old one leaked profusely from the input seal. I tried changing out the seal, but unfortunately the wrong seal came. So I said, the heck with it. I will just replace the whole steering gearbox. So we're going to be doing that today, not on video. Buddy of mine's going to come and we're going to throw this guy in. But the old steering gearbox, at some point, we may rebuild it. So that way I just have two of them. We either will rebuild it or I'll take it somewhere. But either way, I'm not going to turn that one in as a core. I want to keep it so that way I have a second one laying around. So we have that. We have what's going to go on in here. The other thing is, while there's no engine in here and while we're waiting, is we have our radiator that we got from Cold Case Performance, or Radiators, whatever their name is. We got from them. We're going to put this and put it in temporarily, just kind of see how it looks, how it fits, and see if, I mean, I'm sure I'm going to be happy with it. The only thing I might have to do is get new core supports, or whatever the little bracket thingies are that go on top. Technical terms, don't care. We're going to get those, put it in, see if it mounts up correctly, how we're going to want, and then we'll go from there. Along with that, so interior-wise, the seats are currently sitting in the truck. They do not have the correct brackets on them yet, but they will soon because they shipped from Corbo here, I think, yesterday. So they should be here tomorrow, I think. And we can get those thrown in, and then I can get a center console measured out and see what I want to go with for that route, whether I'm going to get a universal one and make it work, or make one or find one, whatever. I'll figure that out. But we're able to start making little steps as we go, and that's one of the things I'm kind of actually excited to see, because I like the way the seats look in there now. I know for you purists out there, you may not like it. I kind of wanted to keep it looking more OEM, but at the same time, I like the idea of having head protection, especially in something that's going to have a lot more horsepower than it was factory. But I like the idea, if I get rear-ended by some idiot that doesn't know how to drive, my head doesn't take out the back glass. So in that aspect, I'll choose safety. So that's going to happen. Also in the future, we do have, I can't remember if I said it already, we did remove the fuel tank out of the cab. So we got the blank off plate for the side of the truck. So that's a huge win for safety as well, as we no longer have a fuel tank sitting behind us in the cab. So we got that sold, and I have a tank coming from Boyd's Welding, as well as a fuel pump and everything, so that way we can relocate the fuel tank to under the bed. Now that I might actually do a video of, because it's kind of cool, kind of going to be kind of interesting. So I might actually do a video for that, depending on how much it kicks my butt. But yeah, we're going to do that, and it's going to have a flush mount for the bed itself, so just fill up in the bed. So that'll be coming as well. The last major thing is, of course, the engine itself. It's going to a machine shop on Monday. Yeah, Monday. And they're going to resurface, or not resurface, they're going to mill down the heads so that way, excuse me, we can bring the compression ratio down. Currently, or up, my bad. Bring the compression ratio up because currently it's too low for what we want. And so we're trying to balance it out. It has some really nice pistons in it, but those pistons are dished and it's currently dragging down the compression ratio. So instead of having to change out the pistons, because as I said, they are nice, I would rather mill these heads that I got for $200 and see what happens. So that is the future plans for it. Once it gets back, we're going to be sealing up the motor. And then I do have new accessories and everything. We're going to get those mounted and put on. And then, so lastly, our transmission. So our transmission is, of course, the Turbo 400. I don't remember if I posted just a short, or I think I did. It was just a short. I posted a short that's saying that was our transmission. Now with this so far, it was pulled out of, I think, a 76 Suburban. And fortunately, I've put it in gear. I've been able to rotate it and everything. And it seems like internally, everything's fine. Dropped the pan, checked fluids, or dropped the pan, saw the fluids and everything. No metallic shavings, no nothing crazy. Looks clean. So we changed out the pan, put a new one on it, new gasket, changed out the vacuum modulator. We're changing out the shift linkage because, well, I want a different one. And I think, torque converter. So torque converter, we are currently in the process of kind of figuring out. Today I actually realized, because I did the calculations myself, realized I have 342 gears in here. So I think with those gears and the cam that we're going to be running in this truck, I think we're going to be looking for like a 2800 roughly stall RP or torque converter. So that's one thing I still got to get, but that will pretty much button up the transmission at that point. Then I'll just need to get a flex plate and we'll be good to go. But yeah, so then we can get everything bolted together, put in, and then start doing the connections. So with that, I don't think there's really anything else really to cover. Like I said, I will try to make videos of things that I can. I believe that the fuel tank will be a good one. I think that'll be an interesting one to make a video on, kind of see how it fits, how it looks. I'm sure it's going to look great. And then, yeah, I may make videos here and there. Or if nothing else, I'll make some shorts so we can kind of at least keep up with some progress. But anyways, guys, I thank you for watching. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already. And until next time, take it easy, stay safe, stay out of trouble, do something nice for someone, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.